If you're seeing this video today, you've likely seen my video yesterday of me going over and talking down about people who are defending LEGO even though they are doing pretty poorly with the Republic Juggernaut. So I decided, you know what, let's stay on that route real quick. Let's rank the turbo tanks, because I do think this could be something that many people have a different opinion on. Mind you, there's only 4 to rank, but each 4 are pretty distinct in what they deliver. Before we get into that, let's rank the micro tanks, because I know someone's going to mention it in the comments. So here's the 4 micro tanks. Let's rank them real quick. Last place is of course going to be the Advent Calendar turbo tank. What can you expect? Even for Advent Calendar builds, this one isn't too great. Third place, I'm going with the mini foil pack. The fact that the Technic rod is sticking out from where the tires go just shows the lack of care that they had for this model, but to be fair, who did? But you can see with this next one that they did put a bit of care in it. The mini poly bag from 2008. They actually put full-on tires on this. It's the only one of these micro builds that actually has tire pieces on the turbo tank. So that's got to give it something. But of course, first place is the microfighter. You get the P1 clone. For that figure alone, it could be up here, but I also think the design is pretty dang solid. Now that that's out the way, let's talk about the actual turbo tanks, because number 4 is going to be the Juggernaut. I don't think anyone's really too surprised that the Juggernaut is at the bottom, especially because of what I've been talking about it, how people have been talking about it. The fact it is fragile, the fact it is the tiniest of the turbo tanks. It's called the turbo tank because nothing about this feels turbo tank. The turbo tank is always something that most LEGO Star Wars fans have been adoring and honoring for decades. 2 decades now. And while this one does feel a little bit more screen accurate with sort of the undercarriage that is given, it just does not deliver when it comes to stability, playability, and just the look, because it just does feel too clean. It feels too polished. It doesn't feel rough around the edges like the other ones. The thing about the turbo tanks is I think they're some of the best variety for figures that you're gonna get, so you have no complaints for me with the figures that you get in this turbo tank. Galactic Marines and Bakara, love to see it. But now let's hop off the Juggernaut for once and let's go to third place, which I think is the clone turbo tank from 2016. While I do think the Jedi figures in this are the best Jedi figures that you get from any of these turbo tanks, that Quinlan Voss is amazing, that Luminar is peak. You also get some pretty good clones. A Kashyyyk Trooper, a Commander Gree, both amazing figures. All 4 of your main figures in this set are beautiful, and the build is pretty dang good. For me, when it comes to this turbo tank, it feels like a mix and mash of the first 2 that you get, the 05 and the 2010. When it comes to the tires, it's the 2010. When it comes to the look of the actual shell and the casing, it gives off a lot of vibes from the 2005. I do think the size does take this one down just a notch, but you still get a great ATRT, you get some battle droids. And if this was your favorite turbo tank, I wouldn't blame you, because all of the 3 turbo tanks that we have at the top of this list are top tier sets. The fact of the matter is, none of these top 3 are bad. I think they're all amazing sets. It's just my opinion on them that differs a little bit. With that being said, at number 2, I'm going to give it to the OG turbo tank. The light up Mace Windu or non-light up Mace Windu. Either way, both versions, you're getting a great figure. But that's not the only thing you're getting with this. You also get a turret and you get a speeder bike, along with 3 clones that are all very nice. A Jetpack Trooper, a Cody, a regular clone, and a beautiful Kashyyyk Trooper, which is one of my favorite figures of all time. It's a figure I have loved ever since I was a kid, and I'm very happy I got this set when I was a kid. Everything about this set gives you a full battle vibe. You get multiple droids, you get multiple clones, you get multiple vehicles, you get a little turret. It makes it really feel like a battle. That's something that me as a kid, I absolutely adored about this set. But also, you gotta give it credit because they nailed the shape right off the jump, and it still does look pretty dang good with the paneling on the side. Especially with those huge tires, it does feel like a rugged off-road turbo tank. But for me, number 1's got to be the 2010 Clone Wars turbo tank. Not only do you get 2 little clones, not only do you get Anakin and Ahsoka, you get Cad Bane, one of my favorite characters of all time in Star Wars, and an Ayla Secura. So while I think the figures on this might be one of the weaker ones, that build really does scream turbo. It's the one I kept built for a reason, because I do think it is the best one. I have the other turbo tanks, I've just bagged them up because that bad boy is the one that deserves the spot. It's the biggest of all of them. It has the most potential to fit different troops inside of it. And on top of that, I think this turbo tank also has the best carrying handle. I think without the carrying handle, the set would probably not be on the top. I think we'd be looking at a different ranking. But the fact it's so easy to pick up and move around as a kid, and the fact that back in the day, if you had the Republic dropship, it could link right up to that. Come on, man. Come on. Also, a little side note, I think the ATRT build in this set is the best ATRT build we've ever gotten from LEGO. That's just a me thing. I think the size is just perfect. But yeah, it's a little fun retrospective of one of the best ships LEGO Star Wars has ever given us. So what is your ranking for the turbo tank? And before we go, I'd like to give a shout out to my channel members. Guild Collects is still the only channel member. If you want your name shouted out at the end of these videos and some exclusive content in the future, feel free to become a member. It very much supports me and it helps out a ton. But with that being said, I am out and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.